Hi, I'm Julie Marsh and I'm doing my presentation today on stoplight cameras and whether they should be banned in Ohio or not. My personal opinion is that these stoplight cameras do not need to be banned. They just need to be tweaked. The rules need to be tweaked. Have you ever had a product or a plan when you first used it, it seemed to work okay, but there was things you needed to change to make it better? Well, I believe that stoplight cameras are the same way. Let me give you an example. Xbox 360 when it first came out. According to IGN.com, an article from there written by Jonathan Miller, the Xbox 360 had freeze-up problems, and people, when they first came out, were complaining about it. Microsoft fixed the problem, and now they work great. In an article from HardwareAnalysis.com written by Sander Sanson, there was the Windows Vista that just came out had problems with the drivers and being compatible with the other drivers. So Microsoft is working on that problem, and I'm sure in the next month or so it'll be worked out and there'll be updates and it'll work fine. I believe that stoplight cameras are the same way. We need to give it some time to work and see what the statistics are and see if they help deter accidents. Let me give you a little history on these types of cameras, the stoplight cameras. According to the Wikipedia Encyclopedia Online, Maurice Gastinedes was the first developer of these cameras. He was a rally car driver and used it to time to see how fast he was going around the track. An article in Toledo Blade written by Erica Ray, Northwood in Toledo, Ohio, first introduced the stoplight cameras as a law enforcement technique in 2005. So that's a little history of that. A benefit of these stoplight cameras is safety. Northwood and Toledo introduced these cameras as a law enforcement technique for the safety of these intersections of people running red lights. And the same article in Toledo Blade by Erica Ray, Northwood and Toledo have reported decline in accidents at these dangerous intersections. It was a slight decline, but both Northwood and Toledo believe that the decline would be even greater if it had not been for some bad weather and some bad winters that we had. So I think we need to give a little bit more time to see if that's better. Another benefit would be revenue. The revenue that is generated from the citations that are issued go back into the community. And in the same article in Toledo Blade by Erica Ray, Northwood received almost $300,000 in revenue from the time that they started the stoplight cameras until January of '06. Now Northwood plans on putting that back into the roads and making it safer and putting some of this money back into the intersection where they have a stoplight camera to introduce a right turn lane to hopefully make it easier to commute. In another article from the Columbus Inquirer written by Gregory Corte, Dayton received almost $175,000 that they used to put back in 5 brand new police cruisers for their police officers, which they needed really bad. Third benefit of the stoplight cameras is that police officers are out fighting true crime. They're not at the intersection writing a ticket for somebody running a red light. They're not attending to accidents from somebody running a red light. They can be out where the crime is and where the true crime is being committed. One of the biggest debates over this is the legal issue and the political issue of the stoplight cameras. And according to an article written by Jim Province in Toledo Blade, some lawyers and congressmen believe that the stoplight cameras are unconstitutional because it puts the burden of proof on the defendant instead of on the prosecutor. My response to that is that cameras are used in banks and convenience stores all the time, and video is used to, if a crime is committed, if there is a robbery committed, the video is used to ID the person and ultimately used in court to convict them. I believe that stoplight cameras are no different, that the videotape shows you committing the offense and you have to pay the fine. I personally did receive a ticket from one of these stoplight cameras, and at first I thought it was unfair. I didn't have a lot of history from this. But as I have done research and paid a little bit more attention to my reaction to these stoplight cameras, I've changed my mind. these stoplight cameras, the fine is a punishment to teach you a lesson, and to me, it taught me a lesson. I am now more careful when I go through these intersections. I take my time. I make sure I slow down before I even get to the light in case it turns yellow. I make sure I stay behind the line. I don't turn right on red if I'm not supposed to. So the punishment was to teach me a lesson. I learned that lesson to be more careful going through this intersection. So I believe that they work. I'm asking you to pay attention to your reactions the next time you go through an intersection with a stoplight camera. Do you slow down before it turns yellow? Do you make sure you're going the right speed? If you answered yes, then the stoplight cameras work. It's deterring people from speeding through these lights. I believe that we all just need to give the stoplight cameras a chance to work and for the statistics to grow and see how the statistics come out. I believe that the statistics will show a greater decline in accidents, and that we will see that it's helping to make our roads safer. So let's all just give them a little bit more time to do their job.